Yo, 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 yo. Haha. Peace is thinking man's Templar. But we say one red pill life far outweighs a billion blue pill lives. Where the soldiers can come in from the war, remove their armor, remove their swords, and have conversations with like-minded men. You fellas should have this down by heart by now. Before I get started, I just want to thank all the new subscribers, all the men who joined the fight, who joined the conversation in the chat, in the comment section. All of you brothers who show your support, show your love. I send my love right back to you. I know it's a small channel. We're a very distinguished group. We're a very specific group of thinkers. And we have certain conversations in the comments. And we're good brothers. We don't get a lot of trolls here, a lot of negative energy. We just don't get it. You know, we're not talking hating or anything. We're just bringing awareness. And my channel hit around 1,400 subscribers, something like that, 1,200. And I didn't even realize it. I don't keep the count up on my page, so I never really paid any attention. And I never looked, I never cared to look. And you know, I didn't know, because that really wasn't my intention. My intention was just to help men, just like 99% of the brothers in the manosphere, with the exception of a few that we shall not mention. You understand? But we're here to help, man. I don't really care about subscribers, and I really don't want it to get too big, because I don't want to get flags, and I don't want to get, you know, a bunch of trolls and a bunch of evil chicks in the comments saying just crazy things, you know, to throw off the positivity, you know. But we are in a war, so it is what it is. But, you know, in yesterday's video, I talked about, you know, safe sex and precautions and the reality of the 2008 standard of what should be proper etiquette, proper, you know, standard practice for your sexual liaisons. You have to step it up. You understand? That's just why I wanted to say we can't have the same rules that we had back in the 90s. Most of us are in our 30s. We can't have the same rules from the 90s and the early 2000s. Them days are over. Now it's a whole different ball game. We have to play a different game now. You have to up the ante, you know. That's all I was saying. Brothers are still living like it's 1998 and you back in college, and you know everything was all good. It wasn't all good then, and it ain't all good now. Definitely ain't all good now. But I wanted to make a extension on that, not in that sexual arena, but just to kind of let you know that even though it may felt like I was coming down on cats or, you know, being hard, I just want to let you know that I know why brothers even do it. You know, I understand, but we have to get over this psychosis that we're dealing with. But I understand why brothers take the risks they take and deal with the women they deal with and take the abuse that they take. You know what I mean? And lower their standards. It's because a lot of brothers are starved for love, man. Like, this ain't no simp channel. This ain't no sucker channel. This is a real man's channel. And I can speak from the heart on this because I'm speaking for you from my heart. You understand? A lot of black men are starving for true affection, true, you know, admiration from their counterparts. We go through life not really getting true love from our mothers. You know, we're just keeping the roof over our head is all our mothers cared about, and not really giving us a fucking hug sometimes, or telling us we're special, or on the opposite end, she's beating the living shit out of you. You know, treating you like a second-class citizen. It is what it is. You know, this is how we come up. You come up from the girls around you in your neighborhood, treating you like shit, using you, and you get one chick that actually you think cares, and she fuck around and cheats on you or whatever the case, and she's treating you fucked up because your mind is so warped you don't know how to combat these things. All you know is that they're females and that you should stand in position. You know, I trust me, I know, man. This is what we trying to fight. That simp mind, that it enables you to take, you know, ridiculous amounts of torture and abuse. And then we go through our relationships with these hard-nosed ass women that don't even know how to love us because they don't love us. And we spent our teen years and our 20s and our early 30s chasing after the you-know-who and getting what she gives us, getting our children taken from us. Some of us getting STDs and, you know, going to child support court or getting divorced and getting all our shit taken because we thought one of these you-know-whos could love us. And we realized that they don't love us like we thought they did. And now a lot of us are starved for true affection from a woman. Of course we got sex because that's all they cared about from us. We were like walking dildos to them. You start to realize who you were all these years. I said it in my earlier video, how they really see you, how she sees you. It's one of my first, second, third videos. Go check it out if you haven't watched it. Basically told you the 3 categories women see you as. You're an ATM, you're a walking dildo, you're some form of entertainment, something to pass the time in between thugs, or you're a sperm donor. And a lot of us have only been those things to women unbeknownst to us. So we never really got true love because once our resource was siphoned or these women realized we were wise to their game, we got discarded and they was on to the next one like you never existed. So I understand why a lot of brothers settle for less, and you deal with women that, you know, fat women and women with kids, and you just, you know, somebody who give a fuck seems or pretends to give a fuck about you. It's almost like we'll take that. You know? Someone, you know her love is fake. You know it's not real. You know, you know what I mean? Some of us want to abuse you. Remember that song? Some of us want to be abused. Some of them want to use you. Some of us want to be just used, whatever. It's like some of us are saying, like, you know what? It's better than nothing. Because that's what black men's options feel like. Nothing. And you go through life not ever being truly cared for. And you watch men of other races seem like they get love from their women and they get affection, and you see the thugs and the street dudes get all this devotion and dedication. These women trooping bids with them and hiding drugs and guns and taking drugs state to state and dealing with their other women. These dudes is able to cheat, and these women stay with them and forgive them, abuse them. And you think in your relationships, you made a couple mistakes and these chicks was out the door. You know what I mean? You didn't follow her instructions or rules or do shit she wanted you to do. She was out the door. But these dudes, you know, it's the complete opposite. You watched that your whole life. You watched it. And you get to this point where you like, you know, brothers are starving for true affection. I get it, man. There's nothing wrong. It's human nature. I know we try to fight and quell these emotions and feelings. And all I could do is be honest with you, brothers. I pour my heart out in these videos. And I know y'all know that because y'all relate to it so much, because how else would I be able to speak about it so clearly? You understand? Because I'm living it just like you. Maybe to a different degree. But this is what black men are dealing with. They're dealing with women who treat them like shit. Just like an addict. For love, you're going to take more abuse. You understand? Just like someone's an addict for heroin, they'll let their drug dealer kick them down a flight of fucking steps, man. You know? It's unfortunate, man. It's sad, yo. And it's fucked up that we gotta live like that. That we go through these lengths. We play these superficial roles with these women just so they can have us for a spell, and then discard us like dirt, you know? You'll play the ATM, or you'll play the ATM in the strip club just to get 5 minutes of a woman pretending that she gives a fuck about you, or she thinks you're handsome, or whatever, just for the fantasy of it. You understand? Some dudes played the sperm donor and just said fuck it, because they wanted to have something that loved them, at least they knew loved them, in a child. Even if they got to go through hell and hot water to be with that child. They just said fuck it. I know dudes who just said fuck it, man. I'm going to have a kid. Somebody going to love me out this motherfucker. And a lot of brothers listening to this video are those dudes that chose to be, you know, fuck it, I'm just going to have a kid with this bitch, and I'm going to go to hell and hot water and fight for my children. They going through it right now, but they know good and goddamn well there's one person that loves them unconditionally on this planet. Regardless, you know? Other brothers choose to be the entertainment and be around women and try to make them feel good and all of that just to be close to them. I know dudes like that too. I know the walking dildo guys who just want to be the buck and get as much sex as they can, and even though it's empty, meaningless, you know, they just sleeping with these Valkyries for whatever reason, but they're not getting any love, but they're just taking what they could get. You know, I just refuse to play that role. I don't want to be those roles no more. It's getting old. You know what I mean? Because you're so replaceable. And I'm tired of being replaceable. Tired of being an expendable resource. So men just walk away. You know? A lot of brothers is starving for just the basics. Things that you were taught all your life that was just basic things that was going to come your way if you did everything the right way. And played your part and worked hard and studied hard and practiced your skill and your trade and did the right thing, and then you got to these points. You did what everybody said, and you looked around and all the women was dealing with losers and pieces of shit and trying to drop babies in your lap. And then you realize you were lied to, and that these women, when they got around you, they wanted to treat you like shit. Even though you're the man with the resources, the man with the education, the intellect, the understanding. But they don't want you because you have standards. You have a standard of behavior that you will not allow a woman to take you beneath, you know. And you find yourself just frustrated, you know. A lot of brothers frustrated, you know. That's why when she say take that condom off, you just say fuck it, because you don't want to upset her. Now, unfortunately, it's still simping. I'm not going to bypass that, but I can understand the psychology behind the simping, because it's a lack of love, it's a lack of affection, a lack of being cared for will make a person desperate. You're acting out of a state of desperation. You know? Out of a sense of, you know, there may not be another opportunity And if a woman is nice to you long enough, you find yourself catching feelings. You know? Even though you know one day it's going to change. Like, I know when I'm dealing with a woman, like, and it's all great in the beginning and she's rubbing your shoulders and she's treating you like a king. I know that that's just a temporary flame. I know that the sex and the affection and the love is going to disappear. You know it. You know the sex is going to stop. You know she's going to stop laughing at the jokes. She's going to start pretending she don't have time to kick it with you no more. Because she's already hopped on the next dick. You know it's going to come. You know that look in her eyes when she stopped giving a fuck. You know that point in the relationship is coming. We all do. You know that feeling. You know the feeling I'm talking about. When you get to the point when you realize that your chick has changed up on you. When she's not excited to hear from you no more. When she's being sneaky and lying and doing things behind your back because you know she's fucking other dudes or preparing to fuck other dudes. You know what I'm saying? Because we always the last to know that she's on her way out. She's starting her monkey branch techniques. We know these things are coming. And so we hold on and cling to those little false moments in the beginning and try to get the most out of them because we know you're not staying. We know you're going to leave us. We know there's a point when you're going to start showing your fangs. We try to appreciate the good times with you, even though we know it's going to lead us to serious pain and torment down the line. We know it's coming. Even before I took the red pill, I knew it was coming all the time. Like, well, I might as well enjoy it for now because this is going to hurt later. You know? Let me enjoy this sex now because eventually she ain't going to want to fuck me for nothing. She going to be using it to try to manipulate me. Like, let me just enjoy it now. Literally. We all live for that beginning part of the relationships. You know? You want to tell her you love her and, you know, actually mean it and her mean it and know that, you know, she going to be with you forever and ever and ever and all that bullshit we was taught all our lives. Nobody's with their women to get forever for real. Not anymore. We don't know what forever's going to be because we ain't reached forever yet. And everybody that's married is just married in the present. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I get it. I get it. I definitely get it. Do I approve of it? No, because I don't approve of it in my own behavior, which I'm training myself not to. Next time a woman comes around that actually brings me out of this disciplined state I'm in, you know, I'm almost like a machine now. And if there's a woman able to crack these, bring my armor down a little bit, I'm gonna be ready. You know, I'm gonna do my best to keep her at a safe emotional distance. Because women can make you fall in love with them, man. That's just what they do. You know? And then they become like, it's like trying to hold water in your hand. You know what I mean? It's like the minute they know, it's like the minute the hourglass starts. It's like the minute she realizes that you're in love with her, and her spell worked, and it's hard and as rigid as you tried to become, she knows that you like caught feelings. It's like Bobby Fischer playing chess, and he hits that time clock, and the clock starts. You know? Or the hourglass flips over and the sand starts drifting out. Now you know that eventually that end is coming. How can you enjoy that? You know what I mean? It's like all the good times you have with a woman are negated by the fucking hell she puts you through at the end of the relationship. the emotional torment in the way she treats you. So a lot of brothers are starved for love, starved for affection, especially black men. And you ever notice how brothers go to deal with women from other races and they never come back? Because they actually got to feel love or deep affection or admiration from a woman who wasn't trained and programmed to have discourse or hatred for you. These women enjoy breaking your hearts. They enjoy breaking our hearts, man. You know, they love to build us up and break us down. You ever seen a woman like give you that wicked ass smile when she knows she hurt you by saying some shit? Or she gives you that I don't give a fuck feeling when you like, word, you just gonna do me like that? And they kind of smile. You ever notice that? When you call her out on a fucking lie, or you call her out on some evil shit she done did to you, and she almost smiles. It's like, word, you gonna do that to me? And they have this smile and they kind of just shake their head like they don't even know what they're doing. They know. They enjoy it. You catch a chick cheating on you and you confront her about it. You ever notice how they always seem to laugh or smile about it? Either they boo-hooing about it or they using that opportunity to twist the knife deeper. You know? Yeah, I did it. And it was your buddy. And he liked it. And I sucked his dick. You know, they try to make you feel terrible. Twist the knife in your gut. You know? And I know brothers that have dealt with women of other races and they never came back. I knew a cat back in the day. He got cheated on by a chick in like high school. And he never fucked with black chicks again. Ever. To this day. He said he never dated black women. He didn't fuck them, didn't nothing. I'm talking about high school. He learned early. He said nope. All he dealt with was Spanish girls and white girls. Off that one situation. And we would all look at him like, yo, you bugging. And it doesn't necessarily guarantee that brothers is doing, you know, that much better with other races of women, you know? But I think maybe they're getting that affection, you know, that love, that tenderness. You know, black women just seem not to have it for a long, sustained amount of time. Because they're so used to switching up men. You know how you meet a chick and they always tell you that telling line, oh yeah, I get bored fast. I get bored real quick. This is somebody who's basically speaking from a perspective of thinking that she's better than you and how she gets bored with her subjects. You know? This is how black women think. This is how arrogant they are. I get bored quick with my subjects of infinite men. They're so snooze. I get bored quick. This is harlot talk, right? And even when black women meet you in the beginning, they sex you out like a banshee, right? And then they get bored because they're so sexed out. And they give you all the tenderness and attention, but it's so they're so incapable of sustaining it. It's like before you know it, she's on her bullshit, and it's like it never happened. Where the last thing you remember was her treating you like shit and being a bitch. It's like you don't even remember the good times. It's like it's all fake. It's all an illusion. So I can understand why a lot of brothers are taking the bottom of the barrel. You know? Dealing with women with kids. Because at the end of the day, you know, a lot of these women with kids, they come to the situation humbled. You know, we dealing with women that's ran through. Because they come to the situation as humble. They learn their lesson after those 2 kids and the abuse. And then they come to you actually how they should have been their whole life, right? How they should have been a long time ago. Now they want to be like that with the good guy, because they treated the good guys like shit all their life. So a lot of brothers find it hard to hold that grudge because they starve for affection. Because her love, even though it is fake and it is an illusion, and she's using you as a resource for the most part, deep down, there's a woman that's humbled by life. And she's a little more, you can work with her. Even though you kind of have to disregard all her transgressions and deal with some kids. That's why a lot of black men do that. Because black men are starved for love. Love starved. You know, I'll name this video The Curious Case of the Love-Starved Black Male. Yeah, that seems pretty cool, right? Sounds like a book. But we go through our lives and we deal with this because, you know, we have a world that treats us like we have a target on our backs. We deal with the stress of being a black man in America every day on the wake up. You know, and as red pill men and righteous men at heart, you see all the wickedness in the world and the transgressions against righteous people, and you see your women destroying themselves, you see kids murdering each other and destroying themselves and following the lead of other dysfunctional motherfuckers, and it hurts. It hurts you to your heart, you know? Like Nas said in the song, I think it was Purple, and he said a lyric where he sighs with eyes that have seen a war too many. You know, that's most of us. We've seen too many wars. We've been in battle our whole lives. Why can't we just have a little love, you know? It's like Mike Tyson when he had that quote, and I might try to find it and tape it to this, when he said, you know, I fornicate most than most people because, you know, I've been treated like shit my whole life. You know, everybody, you know, I've been at war my whole life. Why can I at least get a blowjob? You know, you taking all my money. You know, I've been going through shit my whole life. My life's been hell. Can I at least have some sex? You know, that was a black man that was starved for love. You understand? I fornicate more than most people because I've been through hell. We find women's the vagina is like our foxhole in the war with bombs going off around us. We try to hide in that safe place, man. But it ain't even a safe place no more. You know, a lot of us brothers are not gonna have children. You know, that's only for the bums and the thugs. We're not gonna have kids because they're either gonna abort your kid or you're just not gonna get the opportunity to find a woman that's even worthy of having children with. So it's not like you have children to fill those gaps. Why do you think fathers fight so hard for their children? Because they know deep down, besides maybe their parents, those are the only fucking people that are ever going to love them unconditionally. That's why men fight so hard for their children in these child courts. You know? A lot of us are not going to have that. So we're going to have to realize that we may have to go through life knowing outside of our mothers, if they're still alive, and maybe a father and a couple of family members and your homeboys, you ain't gonna never have nobody really, 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 really love you forever and unconditionally. And it's a somber feeling. It's a somber sensation that reality, it sucks to even realize that it's true. You don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it. You know, I'm love starved. You know, I try to just quell my appetite so that it doesn't hit me hard enough. And I try to stay in therapy. You know, red pill videos and listening to content, making content. This is my therapy to help me deal with the trauma of being a love-starved black man in America, where you're surrounded by on all corners and you still ain't getting no real love from these women. It's a lonely, lonely, lonely cavern of a life. And we try to make the best of it in our work, our pursuits, our careers, try to enjoy our time however the best we can. I mean, I get it, man. I get it. I can only speak on it because I'm right here with you. And I had to talk about it because I don't want to just feel like in videos I'm coming down. You know? Because our women, they're not love starved. They can get love all day, every day. They can get sex anytime they want. They live like royalty, you know? They literally live like royalty. Queens at the top of the mountain on the throne. Men throwing themselves at their feet since they've been 12 years old. So they don't care about if you're a good man or not. That's what happens when you have abundance. That's what happens when things are out of balance. You know what I mean? The Most High intended all of us to have one woman or two women. Even the numbers of women to men even show that. It's like 2 to 1. That means every man should have at least 2 women. That's when things are out of balance. If everybody had somebody, it'd be a lot less crime. It'd be a lot less animosity and hatred. You know what I'm saying? And have families. It'd be a lot less of a lot of things in the black community, the black America, black whatever. It wouldn't be a lot of shit because everybody would be getting their love. They wouldn't be starved for love. They have a nutritious, balanced diet of love and affection. The women and the men. The men not getting enough and the women are getting too much. It's out of whack. The women are getting so much love and affection that they don't even appreciate it. It doesn't even have value to them no more. You understand? And they don't value it until they hit the wall. And then they don't get that love and affection that they discarded and treated like it was nothing all their lives. That's the only time you ever hear women complaining about love and affection. You know what I mean? When they're young, all they talking about is how thirsty men are. Thirsty, thirsty, thirsty. You ever notice that? When women are young, before they hit the wall, all men are thirsty. And when they get older, they complain about not having no affection and no love and nobody loving them. But guarantee every woman has had at least 10 motherfuckers that loved them unconditionally. And she treated them like shit. I would say bare minimum 5. 5 dudes that would be with them for forever and be happy with it. Raise children and treat them like queens to the end of their life. They at least have 5. Every woman in their 30s has had at least 5 dudes that they kept in the friend zone on the back burner and never gave a fuck about them. You know what I'm saying? My very own mom has a dude like that she never gave a chance, never treated, and they had to meet up later in life on Facebook. He's already been married for decades. You understand? Could have been her. Instead, we had to go through what we went through. The bullshit. You know? It's like, I know it's rough out here, man. I know you guys watch these videos for a reason. It's the same reason I watch them. You know, it's to let you know you're not alone. You're not by yourself. There's other brothers out here who's feeling it just like you. And we using each other to get through day to day, literally day to day. That's why I upped my amount of watching the videos once I saw in the comments how many brothers was thanking me and telling me they look forward to it and how these videos are helping them. You don't realize that until you get in the comments and you realize how much you're affecting people. And how much brothers is really telling you, yo, you getting me through my day. You teaching me things I never knew. Yo, I love what you're doing. I look forward to these every day. You know what I mean? I had to really start making time for it. Like I get off, I drive, and I listen to Black Ram's live stream earlier today about, prepping and things like that. And I got back, I delivered my load from San Diego to Cali. I took a nap because I took a nap strictly for the simple fact that I want to have the energy on this run that I'm making out of Vegas to be able to make a video for you guys. Like I consider that part of my night. Like I try to think about what I'm going to talk about all day, and then I try to come up with at least something that I can speak about clearly so that you gentlemen can have another red pill for tomorrow that can help you get through another day or help you unravel some mysteries within yourself, some things that have been bothering you, or at least make you focus and direct your thought on something like this that I'm talking about now. And maybe put you at ease a little bit and help you realize that you're not alone. This is most of us that are going through this. Yeah, some of us are getting sex here and there and got a little lady here, I get it, yo. But them brothers aren't really loved, are they? Aren't they just being used as a sex object in some woman's harem? Because that's what black women have now, if you didn't notice. Black women want a harem. They want multiple men for multiple reasons. They want a harem of men. That's what they have. They can have multiple children with multiple men. Do you understand that being normal is almost insanity? That is one of the most insane concepts in the black community. That women are having children with multiple men, 2, 3, 4 men. That's a harem. And still being able to date and have sex with men who don't have children and have dudes tricking money on her. That's a harem. This is a person who's reached levels of greed that are unheard of when it comes to the dating market. They want it all. And then they want nothing at the same time. But they don't want you to have the same thing. Black men are starved for love and attention and affection, true love and affection, true admiration from a woman. And black women, they have an abundance, greedy, like a hog in a trough, getting fat while you starve. They're living la vida loca while we're making videos and listening to videos just to keep our sanity, man. None of us, I don't like working, and I got my bike. That's why I tell a lot of you brothers, man, y'all need to get something that brings you joy, something, music, whatever. I got a bike. I always wanted a motorcycle. I got a motorcycle. I don't get crazy on it, but you know what? It does wonders for me therapeutically. Motorcycle riding is one of the most therapeutic activities a man can do. I know a lot of brothers, they have a bad reputation. They have a bad stigma. But if you're a brother who's safe-minded and you're mature, a motorcycle is as safe as its driver. Just like a car. Anything. It's a therapeutic thing, man. It brings so much peace to me, riding, and it helps you clear your mind, and it takes the stress off having to think about what the reality of your life is. You know, I'm not a bum, not a broke dude. Got a decent job, you know, got a decent work environment, which is just me. You know? I live a minimalist life. I don't have a lot of expenditures. I don't have a lot of stress. I don't have any children. I don't have any women stressing me out. I don't have any toxic people clinging to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in that position. You know, I have a decent, and I'm grateful for everything. But at the end of the day, a lot of us wish we could wake up to a beautiful woman that loves us. Have a beautiful woman in our arms at night. Not even in a sexual manner all the time. Just to be there. It's all right to admit that. Have some kids without having to worry about getting them taken from you. Have a family, you know. That's the natural order. You're not supposed to act like you don't want those things. You know, we all want those things. But we training ourselves because it's dangerous now. Men have to train themselves not to be their natural selves. Because being our natural selves can destroy us. Because our women are destroyed. You know what I'm saying? You think I want to have a woman that could come on the road with me and talk with me at night and, you know, be there for me and, you know, take these little journeys and adventures I take? You know what I'm saying? While we go and travel and explore the country, I would love to have a woman here with me. I see plenty of white dudes, they got their girl with them. You know, they got their lady with them in the truck. Just riding out. You know, we all would love to have a woman down with us, man. There for you when you low. There for you when you up, to celebrate you. Why wouldn't you? That's what you're supposed to have, man. You know? Trying to do a little rough patch right here. Just do this real quick. Sometimes you just gotta turn the concentration up. But I get it, man. Don't ever think I don't get it. I don't respect the game. Man. That's some of the things I always wanted on my life. That never changed. I always wanted to, you know, have a fucking, you know, be able to have a fly ass wedding with all your family and all your homeboys. Dressed up like mobsters. You know? Customized suits. All your family and friends there, open bar, beautiful reception, beautiful wedding. Your mom's there, you know, everybody, your friends there, tapping you on the shoulder, you know, watching your beautiful wife walk down the aisle, smiling. Her pops bringing her down the aisle. You remove a veil, you see a beautiful wife that's going to be with you for the rest of your life. You say your vows, she's in tears, you're crying, you're in love. You kiss her, you fucking go to the reception, you have your friends doing toasts, raising their glass, telling them how much of a fucking great guy you are and how you deserve your wife and how they happy for you. And you know, you got your peoples dancing and doing the electric slide in the reception, you know, dressed up, everybody's looking good, celebrating black love, family. Open bar like a motherfucker. You know, after the reception, you and your wife got a beautiful honeymoon plan in some beautiful place where y'all gonna make love constantly and enjoy each other and you know, live your lives and be happy. You know what I'm saying? And then come back and plan your lives and get a home and, you know, raise your fucking children and be good people. That's a dream for me. That's a dream for a lot of brothers. You know, but we chose this life, this nomadic, anti-lifestyle because of the environment. Doesn't mean the dream doesn't change. You can admit that. Some of you may have never really wanted that. I get it. But a lot of brothers did. They did want a family. They did want to have a wife and a woman who fucking loves them to death, to life, loves them for life. You know? But I took that dream, I took that fantasy, and I removed it from my heart. And I placed it in the back of my mind, locked it away, and put it there for safekeeping. I never got rid of it. I just compartmentalized things like that because it's depressing. When you think about what we have, our options are so low. Now, of course, brothers can go travel and maneuver around and experience whatever. Maybe you might find somebody. But I understand the case of the love-starved black man in America. I understand it. Love starvation is real. And there's nothing wrong with admitting that. We're not above that here. This is not the place for that. If you're here listening, you're not above being love starved. You understand? Love starvation is real, man. You got to be strong to get over that. And a lot of you brothers are champions. You're strong. You're warriors. You've learned how to take that natural aspiration and to put it to the back of your mind and choose to walk alone for the sake of your own sanity. That's a lot of strength, man. A lot of people, most people in the blue pill world don't have the heart to do that. Most blue pill men don't have the heart to even do that. That's why they do what they do. That's why they go through what they go through, and they sacrifice themselves just for a little bit of love and affection. Just a little bit, because it never lasts. Just enough to kill the thirst, kill the hunger, you know, get that itch scratched. Serious, man. It's definitely serious. And I don't want you brothers to feel like you can't be honest with yourself. I take a little drink. Talk for a minute. I don't want you brothers to feel like you can't be honest, man. It's all right. We all in this shit together. So, you know, the love-starved, the curious case of the love-starved black male in America. You know, I understand where you're coming from, brother. But you still have to protect yourself. You still have to be safe. You still have to watch out for these you-know-whos, these Valkyries, and don't let them destroy you because of your starvation. This is the Thinking Man's Templar. Cover your six, brothers. Cover your six.